Now the most famous asked question: why was Liberia not colonized, and why did it have the backing of the USA? Why was it backed by the USA? As we all know, Liberia was founded in the early 1800s by freed African American slaves, and with the help of the American Colonization Society in 1847, Liberia declared itself independent. Because of the US connection with Liberians, European powers generally respected their independence during their scramble for Africa in the late 19th century. Those of you that want to know the difference between Ethiopia and Liberia, Ethiopia defeated Italy at the Battle of Adwa in the year 1896, while Liberia independence was more diplomatic and political because they were ex-freed African American slaves. So how did Liberia become a country and an independent one at that? So in the early 1800s, well, some white Americans, they came together and asked themselves, before the abolition of slavery, they asked themselves, what if freed African Americans return back to Africa? Meaning, what if those Africans that they've taken from Africans as slaves to the America, to the US, comes back to Africa? And so a small private group in the year 1822 came together. A small private group called the American Colonization Society, ACS, came together and went and bought land on West African coast. Yes, on West African coast. With a lot of negotiation, they were able to acquire the land, and land became a foundation called Liberia, which means land of the free. So these freed African Americans were called Americo-Liberians, and they started migrating to Liberia. So in the year 1847, Liberia declared itself an independent republic, making it the first independent African republic in modern time. And because of the US backing on Liberia, Liberia flag is identical to that of the USA. If you check, you will notice that Liberia flag is identical to that of the US. But even after Liberia declared its independence in 1847, it still wasn't free. Yes, it wasn't really free because it was still tied to the US. It was still deeply tied to the US politically and economically. So current day Liberia is known for its natural resources of iron, ore, gold, and timber. In today's days Liberia, their culture is a mix of Americo-Liberian tradition and local ethnic group. Liberia today remains a symbol of Africans linked to the African diaspora. My name is Deborah and I remain your favorite historian. On my next video, I'm talking about 5 countries that were already civilized before the European powers and before colonization. Bye guys.